We have been having a very wonderful one. We have 5 days challenge that is going to end tomorrow. So today is day 4. So get in the room, grab a pen, grab a paper, right? It's going to be practical today. Like the topic says, show up and shine. Use what you have to reach out there, right? There's no sure, one way to go to your goal, but there are many ways. There are many ways. There are many ways, and we want you to show up big time. Show up big time. If you want to be baptized, show up big time. Show up big time. Show up big time. Sorry about that. Trying to get into my Clubhouse channel so I can actually push this message same time. So I'm going to give us some few minutes to get anyone that needs to hear this in the room. Get everybody in the room. Let's go again. Let's go again and do this. Let's go again and do this. I'm just going to update the subjects in the room. I'm going to update. Right. So let's get everyone that we need in the room. If you want to go to a bathroom break, quickly go do that. But grab a pen and paper, please. Grab a pen and paper. So we're streaming live on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram. I see Nedu. That's amazing. I see Laura. Amazing for joining. Today is the fourth day. Tomorrow's going to be the last day. So for those of us that are on Zoom right now, welcome, welcome. Those are the people in the actual coaching call. They have more stuff that are going to get out of here. But for the sake of love, I'm just a loving person. So I'm trying to like show you, like give you a taste of what we've been doing on here. Right. So guess what? Grab a pen and paper. Grab a pen and paper. You want to grab a pen and paper? Grab a pen and paper. Let's get in. I'm just trying to go into Clubhouse and then we're going to begin in a second. Right? So today is day 4. We did first day, second day, third day. Now we're doing the last day. If you are anywhere in the world and you feel like you are underutilized, you feel like you're not attaining your goal, especially when you do a deep dive and you look back and you look at the years and you are not getting satisfied, it's because you're not working in your purpose. So there's greatness on the inside of every one of us, and God has given you the things that you need to do. He has shown you the roadmap. He has opened the doors for you, right? So most of us have to just go ahead and do all we can right now. So guess what? What we're talking about today is how to water what you have. I've given you actionable step. Day 1, we've given out a workbook. For those of us that have the workbook, if you don't have the workbook, you want to DM me. It's every day we're doing something every day, just so that you can actually get to that goal. You can see that thing that you have been praying for God to show you, right? So I'm going to wrap up here. Let me just leave this here, right? What you water, you grow. Okay, so my Clubhouse is set up, and it's set up for now. This is 11 a.m. For those of us in Africa, I see Paul, Augustina. Hi, how you doing? What side of town are you? You're welcome. You're welcome. We're going to begin now, right? So, yeah. So I'm going to begin that once I start talking on Clubhouse. Okay, I'm in there. I'm in there. Bear with me a second. So most of us feel technology is key, is good, but hey, with all these things, you need to just understand that there are prompts that you use. Okay, so we're in Clubhouse right now. We're good to go. So we're going to start. Hi, darling. It's been a minute. It's been how many years, girl? Since high school, we haven't connected. So that's my very amazing friend all the way from high school in Africa. All the way from high school in Africa. I just want to wish you, a wonderful day today, right? You can go watch the playback from day 1, 2, 3, 4 on my YouTube page. So we're going to start right now. So if you're joining me on YouTube, you're going to watch another day. Hey, my name is Helen Orejobi. Today is day 4 of the What's in Your Hands challenge. Yes, it's good to be here too. I'm excited to see you on here. We're going to connect more on WhatsApp, right? after this. But guess what? We want to see how we can improve upon what we're already doing, right? So I just want to talk to us about everything that we've been thinking of. If you watch the day one video to the day three, there were actionable steps. We had workbooks that people actually did the work, right? So we've been, unlocking the purpose, positioning ourselves, and the power of what we carry on the inside. And today we're shifting the gears, towards identifying, that thing you need to water, right? So that it can grow. It's just like a seed. The gift that God has given to you, it's a seed that you need to water, right? But if you've not followed us from day one, day two, day three, guess what? I'm going to give you a quick recap of what we did. Number one, right? In day one, we identified those potentials that we have. I always say something, every child born on earth always come with their hands closed. And when they come to the earth with their hands closed, they came with potential. That's why, as a parent, if you're a future parent, you want to make sure that whatever you do, you want to protect your children, right? And you want to protect them by all means, because that gift, that blessing, that thing that will make them, most people call it your star, your glory, your aura, your energy. It's embedded in the hand, right? That's why your hands are very powerful. Some people that do medium work, they try to look at your palm, some palm readers, to know where you'll be in life. So for most of us, that's, that we're ignorant of all these things, you need to be really, really smart, right, about what you do, because hey, everything it involves around principles. So we looked at, how you can, look into your life and name what's already working for you based on your skill, your experience, the gifts that people, need, especially if you want to always help people. Those things that that you can easily do easily without stressing, that is a gift, right? And then day two, we mapped out our ideas. We listed three products, three offers, and three services you could create quickly, right? Because guess what? The online space is very powerful. People all the way in Africa, they're making thousands. I'm talking about they're making, most skit makers, most content creators, most people out there, they're making money from views, from engagement, from sponsored ads, from different kind of stuff. So if you're here and you have a gift that you're not tapping into and you're stressing, hey, that's why we're doing this. Because guess what? This challenge is going to end tomorrow, but there's another one that is coming up, right? Next week, another challenge is coming up. Why are we doing the challenge? Is so we can prompt you to do something, to take action, right? So most people are gifted, but they don't know how to finesse it and how to package it. You're like a diamond in the dirt. Once you get a diamond, raw diamond, that's why people kill for diamonds. If you go to Africa and all those other countries where they get raw gems, people keep, I don't even want to say those kind of stuff here, but right? Once they get that diamond, it doesn't just become a diamond, from day one. It's not going to be refined. It's not going to be that thing that you want to go purchase. It's going to be rough. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be, looking somehow, but then it has to go through a process. Now that process that it goes through is going to go through the fire. It's going to go through, heating. They're going to, try to, get it to go through rigorous processes to get it refined, so that when it appears on the shelf, now you go buy it. By the time you move from being raw to being processed to being packaged, guess what? You become a valuable person, a valuable player, and people at that point will see value. They'll exchange premium dollars for you. So right now, that gift that you have, if you haven't identified how to use it, you need to leverage a coach. And that's why we're on here. You can click the link in my bio. I wrote a book, 10 biblical principles, because everything is embedded in principles. The kingdom of darkness, the kingdom of God, the children of God, and the other side, everybody operates on principles. That's why God says, if you repeat the words that I say, because the words I leave my lips will not come back to me void. If you understand principle and you go by principles, you achieve better. But if you're trying to suck up here and like, God, I don't know why I'm here. Most people, even in their 30s, they're still trying to figure out what you need to do. But it's already in you. It's already in you. Yesterday, what did we do yesterday, right? We looked at what you carried. We valued what you carried, right? So those of you watching right now on YouTube, you can pause it, pause this side, go and watch yesterday's video, and you see how the steps and the things that we did yesterday, the practical steps. Especially if you need a workbook, you need to DM me or email me, right? The description is in the comments, and then I'll send you out those workbook, right? Now, guess what? We broke the lies, that we have been told. We broke that lie that we don't have enough. Because when God called Moses, guess what God did when he called Moses, right? When God called Moses, he asked him, what do you have in your hand? And he said, just a staff. So that just thing that you have, that stick, that just skill, if you know how to cook, and people say, man, your food is great. Are you aware that some bloggers, they are cashing out and they're getting deals, endorsement, just from the same thing that you can do? That's why yesterday's workshop was amazing, right? Yesterday workshop was amazing. If you think this 5 days is good, wait until the next one, right? So the people that subscribe, they're already seeing value. Today, they are going to post stuff that they have done, because every day by midnight, we make sure they post it in the Telegram group that we have. Now, guess what? You need to move that stuff, that ordinary thing, and you move it, right? But you have to do it intentionally. When God say move, you move. Because by the time he turned, he stopped looking at the ordinary stuff, the ordinary stick, the walking stick or whatever, right? That same thing was what he used to part the Red Sea. So most times when we're trying to figure out what we're trying to do, maybe it's already in you. Amazing, Paul. So you said yours is in cooking and nurturing things. That's amazing. We'll get you in the group, because we're going to help you harness it. And trust me, if you look back 6 months from now, especially when you're following everything and you join our community, you will see that your life would have changed, because the simple thing that you know how to do, God is going to use that and increase you. Yesterday, we spoke about the widow, right? The widow. And then the servant of God asked her, what do you have in your house? And she said, nothing. Because most of us don't even know we have potential. What is that thing you have in your house? I was talking yesterday and somebody says, oh, I don't have anything. And I said, but you're watching me right now. You have a smartphone. Most people just need to have a smartphone to post, right? Somebody once told me, the features in which the phones that you carry, have, you just only use 2 or 3 features. You just only use the one that you use to call, or you use the one that you use to do video, or maybe you probably email or whatever, right? Most people don't even know that you can literally, if you know that you're good in organizing people's space. I am not good in organizing anything. That's why when I was in Africa, I had a nanny, I had my siblings with me, I couldn't function. I'm a very creative person. So creative people just want to go boom, boom, boom. So we pay people to do stuff. Don't try to do everything yourself, because guess what? Time is money. The time you spend in doing the things that you know you don't love to do, leverage other people to do that. So if you're gifted in organizing stuff, are you aware that your iPhone has something that is called time lapse? And with a time lapse, you could press play. From when you're organizing your space, if it's looking all unkept, do the time lapse of how you're recording and doing all those things. And by the end, right, the thing will shrink 1 hour, 2 hours work into like few seconds that you can post on social. And once you post it and you put a nice tagline, and guess what? We'll teach you how to get your pages up running all across platform. We'll teach you how to, story tell. We did that in day 2. We're teaching you what you need to do, storytelling and all that. Guess what? At the end of the day, people that need your service will click and say, you know what? Just by watching your video, I feel relieved, right? If you're local to me, please, can you come and help me? And that's how you start going. But most of you don't even know your worth. So you're not going to know how to charge for your worth. People get paid per hour. That's why I said, don't waste time doing things that are not income generating. You need to understand that you need to leverage a coach that can help you and harness that thing. And at the end of the day, you will begin to fulfill purpose, because you're doing what you already used to, right? So today, right, we are going to hone on this. The scripture we're going to use today is, 1 Corinthians 3 verse 6. It said, I planted, Apollo watered, but God gave the increase. You planted, Apollo watered, and God gave the increase, right? So what I want you to understand today is simple. You've planted the seed from day 1, 2, 3, and we're in day 4. Now it's time to water it with action and position yourself online. Stop hiding. Are you aware that even in America alone, we have over 400 and something million people? Just imagine only 1% of those set of people have eyes on what you do. Man, you are made for life. If you've not seen the video that I posted, how to hit the $1 million mark, the reason why I'm in the financial space is because we are in the numbers game. We calculate numbers. We are always looking at the numbers and the stats and the statistics, right? The only thing is we try to minimize, or we try to eliminate any form of loss. That's why we're financial professionals, to teach you what you already know, right? You're doing, but guess what? We're trying to mitigate you losing, right? So today I want to ask you a question, right? Today is all about visibility. What is that thing that you can put online? Sometimes it might be, oh, what would people think of me? As a matter of fact, I'll give you a story, right? You know, when people jump on trends, right? There's a reason why all your favorites they're jumping on the particular trending song, everything is because they know that this thing is in trend now. If I don't jump, if you miss the timing, you miss it. And there's this in the work that they were trying to do. And I told my son, I'm like, hey, you're going to record me. You know what he said? He said to me, he said, Mom, no, Mom, you can't do that, right? Because he's seen me in a certain structured form. He's always known me to be, my mom is always, organized. She's a professional. She's a suit wearing person. She's a coach that has over 100 plus agent that she's coaching. I'm always running events. My son will tell me, Mom, I'm a teammate. When he's in the room, right? He's the youngest teammate. And I have over, 100 plus 70 something percent of them are men. And once my son is in the room, the oldest person in there is about 60 something, about to be 70. And he sees me coaching them, and I'm standing, I'm holding the mic, I'm holding the marker board, I'm clicking, I'm teaching, and I'm training. It can be on Zoom. He knows my timeline, right? But guess what? He saw a different part of me he never saw, because before I had him, I've always been in the space where I used to be an artist. I was always in the space of music, performing arts, and all that. So different part of you, right, needs to come out when it needs to come out. But my son never saw this side of me, and he was like, Mom, no, you're not gonna. And I'm like, I'm gonna post you. We did a video, and he said, Mom, don't post that. No, Mom, don't post that. Like, he's a 6-year-old about to be 7. For him to tell me that you cannot post this, it's because he doesn't want me to lose the me he knows. Like, maybe in his eyes he's looking at me, man, my mom is so good at that. Now you're seeing your mom do quack, quack, quack. It's embarrassing. But guess what? Put embarrassment aside. Who cares? At the end of the day, bills got to be paid. Those people you see on there, they wear costumes, they do funny stuff. You're laughing, you are scrolling, and you are making people make money. Those digital, content creators, they're making money. Why would someone like Vicky James, with all the money she charges, the basic she charges for her dress is minimum 1 million naira? And if Vicky can identify that she needs to create an avatar, she needs to have an online presence with a character depicting, right, a house help and another cooking show. What will Vicky James, a fashion designer, be cooking? What is that thing that you know how to do, you're not using? You are leaving money on the table, and this is the time, this period, this is a dispensation that if you miss it, you miss it. There's something about the first partakers. If something is in trend and you're not on that trend, trust me, you will tell. So right now, the reason why you need to click and join the next challenge that is coming is we're going to put an end to shame. If you're the one that is self-sabotaging, you will put that end to the shame. Because everybody winning out there, they just had to do one thing. The same camera, the same set, the same thing. They just had to get one spot and do their thing. How make it make sense to me that someone in a very rural area with a scratch spot, as a matter of fact, some of the people don't even have handle, and they put firewood in the bush or somewhere, and they are cooking and you're watching it, and they are making money, but they still maintain status quo. My coach was telling me last week, right? We had a coaching call up until the midnight. He's in Atlanta, and I'm here in Richmond, in Texas. And he told me, he said, Helen, let me tell you something. He said, see, if you are going to be rich, don't your rich is not, see, there's a difference between the rich and the wealthy. The wealthy people turn the selfie camera and they use the back camera to focus on people. Rich people focus on them. They are more selfie focused. They use the selfie camera, the front camera. It's all about you. You depend on your own effort to make money. But wealthy people depend on the mass. How is it possible that all of us have 24 hours in a day? 24 hours in a day. And the people that are making money that you are going to clock in and clock out at their job, those people have 24 hours times the number of employees they have. As a matter of fact, they employ the best brains. They only take the best. That's why most of you go on there and you lie about your experience just so that you can get a headway. So I'm telling you today, if God has put things in you, go and watch day 1, what day 2, what day 3, and then you connect to day 4, because there's something you're going to pick on the inside. If you're good to procrastinate, this is not the time. Today, most people on my training call, they know that today you're going to post something, because every day when they were creating stuff for themselves, they were identifying things. I had someone that told me, hey, I know how to listen. The act of listening is counseling. If you know you love to gist and talk and gossip, you have an act of broadcast. You can open a vlog, a vlog. You can open a podcast. You can vlog about something. They said Buhari died the other day. A lot of people carry that content. Anything that is happening, go and look on YouTube, look on every channel. People are talking on it. If you don't jump on the trend, that your gossip is in vain. It's not paying you. It's creating hot. Why don't you use? Why do you think bloggers make money? They make money. In short, most of these content creators and all these celebrities you see in Africa, right? They don't fight each other. They're just catching clout. You, the viewers, you, the fans, you, the army, you're the one fighting on their behalf. So they'll look okay. Like right now, I think the two blessing CEO and blessing, what's the other blessing's name? The actress. They're both fighting. The other day we saw them at the event, they hug each other. But now they are quarreling. It's for clout. If you don't understand, you will get this thing when you're on your way home, right? So guess what? Now, today, no matter your skill, I want you to show up today. No matter your skill, no matter your engagement level, I want you to show up today. You can be seen, you can start to serve people now. Like, so let's go into specifics. I'm going to give you some little clues, right? Hey, I'm in the financial space. What I do is how to see you monetize what you already have so that you can protect yourself, and live a better life for yourself. So you see me taking a different dive is because the main focus is generational wealth building. If you don't understand what you're doing today, right? If your children, your grandchildren, your great grandkids in future don't remember your name, you just happen to pass through life. The reason why in Africa we don't have a lot of old money, especially people that are staying longer, is because people are following other stuff. But see, if you look at the Jewish family and looking at the Indian families, they have businesses that are generational, right? They have businesses that are generational. My coach told me, right, going back to what he told me, he said, whatever you do, even if you're on level 10, still operate as if you're level 1. Why? Because the people you are connected, don't forget the people that put money on your table. That's why content creators, right? Those people will still wear the same costume that you see them wearing every day to show up. But go and look at their assets. These guys are making 80,000, 100,000, 50,000, 10,000. Somebody even said, oh, on a bad month, maybe $4,000 in Nigeria. Convert it to Naira, right? Those, they have houses, they have properties, they have cars, the same kind of right that you pay mortgage on houses you pay mortgage over here that you don't own. The same one you pay notes here that you don't own. These people have it, they're paying cash. They are lavishing money here and there. That's why when they go to party, you see them carrying, stack of money. It's not joke. It's not paper money, right? While I was doing music, when we shoot movie videos, they have fake money that they bring to set, right? So that when they spray it, maybe one of those models no go think say you don't thief one. Now fake money. But I'm talking about real cash. They have money, right? They have money because they are monetizing their content. They are monetizing their giftings. So today, let's start with coaching, right? Because I have a lot of people that are coaches. I already told you, if you know how to talk to someone, if you know how to break something down and educate someone, and a little child at the elementary level can understand it, everybody, no matter their age, can understand it. You are a coach, right? So you've not identified you're a coach. So what I want you to do today, I want you to record 60 seconds tips on your topic. Look for a topic that you're good in. Don't go and be looking for things that you're not good at. In case they call you and they ask you, you should be able to give people advice and to give them solutions based on experience. How do you do that? Go and watch the video. You will be able to see how you can get the meat to create a content or to create solutions for you, right? It could be in the confidence that you have. It could be in money. It could be in relationship. It could be in cooking, whatever you want to coach people on. While I was doing here a couple of years ago, there's a beautiful lady. She's Black American and she's Jamaican mix. So she told me, Helen, like, I'm not very inclined to my Jamaican side because Jamaican side is more African. We have almost similar food with spices and all that. She told me, can you teach me how to boil rice? Like, duh, my brain just went boil rice. Like, I never knew to boil rice was a thing. Like, I just know you just carry water, carry rice, carry everything, salt, put in the pot, blam, be watching it, and then you filter out. Or you sometimes, some people wash, pre-wash and all that, but we have parboiled rice. It has different ways. And then I was like, man, I don't really know how to teach you how to boil rice because I never thought it was something teachable. But then I went online. I'm like, you know what? Hold on. We went on YouTube And I'm like, how to boil rice? And I saw content on how to boil rice. I'm not talking about jollof rice that is complex. I'm not talking about fried rice or dirty rice or concussion rice or whatever kind of rice you want to call it. I'm talking about the ordinary rice that me and you used to put stew for anything you want to add on top. Somebody somewhere has a pain point that you can create solution. And you know how to cook, but you don't know how to pick one thing. Okay, let me show you how to cook rice. And you know that you get measuring cup, you put 1 cup of water. I was talking to somebody I was coaching recently. She wanted to launch a restaurant in Houston. And then when we were talking, I was doing the design and all that while we we're doing the brainstorming session. And I asked her, I said, there's a lot of food, vendors out there. You are not even a brick and mortar store. You want to be cooking from home. Yes, because you are Quibomite. And yeah, the food is good. And I asked her, right, if you were sick today and someone somewhere needs to eat this food, right? Because whatever you do, I want you to think of expansion. You need to employ people at some point. You start now, think of growth, keep room for expansion. Can you believe that she told me? I asked her, do you have a recipe? She said no. I said, you don't have a recipe book? She said no. I said, so have you sat down one day to figure out? Okay, she said no, she just put. I said no, you need to go and figure out how to create a recipe book. That is number one, because the day you're not able to cook, the reason why most of our African businesses don't last is because it's not duplicatable. It's not something that somebody wants to buy. Is your business going to be buyable? So you need to look at it from that point. Once you see with me and we're working and we're trying to get you to get to that point, visibility study and all that, these are the things I will ask you. And then I told her, you know what you do from today? Everything you cook at home, because it's a home cooked meal, please put a camera and record and check the timing, the timer. Check the time, right? When you're trying to open the pot to pour water, check the time. Why are we doing that? Because I want you to make sure that if anything were to happen, right, and you want to expand, you want to make sure, just like McDonald's and all the fast food that is across the globe, they have a recipe. That's when you go to every McDonald's, you're not aware that not all McDonald's are owned by one person. McDonald's are owned by different, it's a franchise business. So they give you the recipe. That's why they can still flip that burger. It tastes the same. It's because it's a proven recipe. So if you listen to me today, if you know how to cook, like Paul, you said you know how to cook, Paula, right? Right, Augustina, what you need to do, you need to go now. Start writing your recipe. When you're cooking, if it's meat that you're making, simple meat, some people don't know how to boil meat. Some people just pour water and put it, but the thing don't come out. But if you know how to, what I'm talking to you is I went to a catering school, right? While I was young, I'll give you a story. My mother, I was one of those children, right? I've never told you we're a family of 10 and I'm the third child. And guess what? I was the one that was closest to my dad, still am, right? So when they say go and do something, there's always a book near me. I'm pretending. My children will not hear this now. I'm pretending that I'm studying. No, I'm not studying. I just don't like shows. I don't like doing stuff. I just told you now, I don't like doing basic stuff. It's from when I was a child. So my father will say, why are you, don't you see she has a book in front of her? And they will leave me. So my siblings, most of them, they didn't just like the fact that, right, that this girl, she does just something different. I'm the only one that, in short, as a matter of fact, if you need anything from that, you know, the go-to person, come to me. And then I'll go to him. So that voice that if I talk, my father listens, right? So this is what you need to see. Good. I love that. I love that. So you need to understand that from childhood, my mother used to tell me, come and watch. I didn't agree. And my mother had run a restaurant. We had house helps. If you think about your past, connect it. We had house helps. I don't like to cook. I don't like to do anything. But guess what? I'm a very visual person. When they are cooking, I'm the one talking. I will talk your brain out. I'm watching what you're doing, but I will not do it. Right? So my mom called me and said, come, you are pretty, you are intelligent, but you don't know how to cook. She said, I'm so worried for you. She said, the way I'm looking at you, you'll be reading from a book. She said it in Akwa Ibom. She said, you'll be reading from a book. I be came with at them Didia in my head. Sorry, see me speaking now because I'm learning my language. And she told me that thing. It is stuck in me. When I was about to get married, tell you what I did. I went to a catering school. Short after I got married, I went to a catering school in Abuja. I paid over 180,000. This was years. My daughter is 11. So this was 12 years ago to learn. My husband back then was telling me what you need this thing for, because guess what? We had a chef that we had that was cooking. Backstory, when I was investor of Calabar for the first year before I stopped, right? My brother always made, he was my roommate. He always made me cook. He would say, I know you don't like to go to market. Don't worry, I will go for you. He will go to the market. God bless you more. He will go to the market, he will buy the ingredients and put it in front of me. See me see ingredients. I'll be looking at the ingredients. I don't even know which one will go in first. And then he will tell me, just do anything. Because my brother will eat a bar in the morning. It's not mine in aquarium, right? We can eat a bar akpu. The funny thing, he will buy the akpu, they're already cut, and we call it loy loy or fufu. You see what I mean? He will bring it and he will package it. I'll be looking at the ingredients. I'll just do anyhow. Sometimes salt go plenty, sometimes pepper, water go stand separate, oil go stand separate. My brother will eat it. That's why up to today, I'm so grateful for him. He never laughed at me that he didn't know how to cook. And low key, because I now know I'm gifted in other area, this particular thing, then I heard my mom's voice, right? So when I come to Lagos, when you are in traffic, they used to sell recipe books. So that thing that Paul Augustina said is true. Back in the days in traffic, they sell recipe book and music lyrics. Some of you will buy lyrics book, you'll be singing to your favorite song, but some people like us, we buy recipe book to practice, right? We'll spoil ingredients, we'll buy food. My mom will say, please don't let her touch my ingredients. She'll mess it up. Long story short, after I got married and I went home after 1 year, my favorite soup is ogbono. I eat draw soup and ogbono. I can eat it from now till tomorrow. My mom called me and said, please, what is she doing in the kitchen? Please don't let her cook. And I told mom, just calm down, let me do this thing. By the time I came out of the kitchen, as a matter of fact, my mom was like, oh my God, because I added her own twist. While I was in Kenya school, I was challenging the teacher. I'm like, ma'am, that's not how we do afang. What if you say you will be putting water in afang? Come on, that's not how we, I'll challenge the woman. She said, follow the recipe, follow the recipe. It's because I was challenging her. She'll tell me, Helen, oh, you are the one to plug the water leaf. You are the one to do this. I'll be doing it because I paid money to go and learn. Every day we are bringing in this. We spend so much. You pay 180 to enter catering school. Before you finish, you must have paid 300,000 because you buy the ingredients, right? You see what I mean? They've gone digital and God bless you. Are you aware that even Daddy Freeze's wife charges close to 400 or 500,000 for the same skill you have? You are sitting on potential. And most of you are thinking of jackpotting, while people that are in this obodo abroad, they're thinking of how to jackpot. Please, whatever skill you have, you need to harness it. Long story short, right? When I came here, I told you my first story day one. I said I was baking cake, right? My cousin will collect wedding cake, 3 tier. I can do figurine, I can tie gele on your cake. I did it. I learned how to bake. I did all that because I told myself, my children will not go and say, what is mommy's recipe? I love to watch foreign movies. Sometimes I love the African stuff, but when you watch African foreign movies, you say, oh, my mom's recipe. Sometimes they're depressed. Oh, I just found my mom's recipe book. Me, I wanted my children to say, I have my mom's recipe book, because my mom was so good in what she was doing, but there was no recipe. The only difference is we just know that, okay, this time she'll put this, put that, put that. But I tell you what, if I'm trying to cook and I'm trying to let you duplicate what I'm doing, I will give you the recipe. I can measure. I went to school. I can measure. If I want to lose weight now, I can lose weight, right? I know the number of grams that I need to eat. So you need to be intentional, right? This is me talking about if you want to do food, right? So you're going to post a before and after story, your life before versus discovering your calling. People want to know that you were a normal person like them. Look at the girl that Bill Gates went and was talking to, the girl that cooked in the regular kitchen. Go and follow their footsteps. They started in their basic kitchen. Now they're having state-of-the-art kitchen. They have lights. They have everything. They won't have. I was watching somebody's kitchen the other day, and inside the kitchen, in shots, the kitchen, you press button, TV, they come out. While I was in Abuja, my husband would tell me, you know what? I know you don't like so the first day I cooked, my chef was weak. The chef is very good, but the first thing I cooked that the chef said he didn't know how to cook was asaro. You can't mess with my asaro. I made the asaro, and he was telling my husband, then was like, she cooked it. And then soon after, we let the guy go, because now God will not eat anybody's food, you eat mine, right? When I came to America, I now learned that you can use pan, you can bake your jollof rice, and the thing will be standing one. Hey, that was when everything went. My cousin would call me from Nigeria. She said, I beg that your jollof rice, that your curry sauce. Can you give me recipe? Right? One of these days, I'll open my Instagram page. I sent her recipe on Instagram, right? On Instagram DM, I sent her the recipe. What I just did, I was like, okay, I never thought about this recipe, because it just came to me. I can look at something now, give me an ingredient, I know what goes in. As a matter of fact, my ex back then, he came and told me, you know what, we're going to start cooking with wine. I'm like, which one? I know, say you like foreign things. This particular one, they did not teach us in school. And then he told me you do risotto. Which rice we know they done? That's Italian stuff. You know they do. I go cook, I know they do. I will do it for you, but I will not eat it. So you need to know that. Be original. Offer 3 discovery call this week and get the feedback. If you want to know how to do it, click the link in my bio, get that book, and then join the next call that we're going to have. Your life will not be the same. If you're in Africa, to join our call is just $10,000. You join our community, 10,000 naira. See, but guess what? If you're on here, is $50 to learn, and then by the time you learn, if you want us to teach you and give you a different one, there's a VIP session where you're going to get that. But then this is for food bloggers. Post 1 minute, budget meal. Carry 1,000. People say you cannot cook in Nigeria. Look for just very small something that you can cook, right? Budget meal, video it, and list the ingredients in your caption. And then guess what? Host a 15 minutes live meal prep with me session. You can do this. You have the camera, if you don't have light, stand in front of your window. You have natural light. There's natural light. That is the best light. If you go and look at most of my videos I did back then, I was always by the window. Right now I have like 3 bright lights. I have a ring light here. I have my normal studio light that is like it's like sun, and then I have my box here, right? If I put all 6, because I can put all 6, 3 of these is in the office. This is just my home setup. If I put all 6 of them, you'll be seeing something different, right? So you want to make sure that you're teaching somebody something. Stop gatekeeping that thing that you have, because guess what? No idea is permanent. No idea is yours, right? Share tips on cooking for kids. There's a lady, every time I want to, because my son likes to eat meal at school, but I'm trying to control it because I want to make sure I know what he's eating. And there's a lady I follow, 2 ladies actually. One is she's Hausa, and the other one, I think she's in Lagos, right? The meals they make for children, some of them don't even talk, they just do the thing. I told you, if you have iPhone, there's a feature called time lapse. You don't know that feature, I know, right? There's certain things you don't know about your phone, I know, that I could teach you how to use it, right? And then do something for busy moms, something you can do quickly from leftovers that you can put, and then do something for newly wedded people. Because some people that just got married now, right? The man don't marry you, come now. That man won't chop up. He can change the time. What men do that you don't know. Maybe you used to cook once in a while. You do girlfriend, you come once in a while and cook and keep. Now, Oga will now say, hey, I don't want that 1 week food I need to store. I need my food fresh. As a matter of fact, at some point, right, this thing I'm telling is what I've been through, and I see a lot of ladies go through it. The lady that now told me, she said, your husband say he wants to be eating daily food every day. Her husband eats, if the soup is more than 2 hours, he will not eat again. So she doesn't cook for herself, she cooks for the husband. She told me, come, you're going to do a la carte. You don't know what a la carte is, we'll teach you. A la carte is when you buy your fresh ugu, you will put it in newspaper. I don't know, we don't have newspaper. Do we have newspaper here? You will wrap that ugu in newspaper, put it in your fridge so that it will not spoil, because you can't go to the market every day. But then you are going to make your meat, your stock, and keep it in small, small bowls. So that when Oga come and say he's the king of all kings and the Lord of lords, I'm telling you, married women struggle. They don't tell you this until you enter. If you don't know, you don't know. Right? So what you're going to be doing for Oga is come. When Oga come and say 2 hours, my food, I'm coming. No, that's what my spouse will tell me. Don't worry, I'll tell you when I'm ready. I'm like, okay. And then one thing he did, because his dad passed from cancer in the UK, so he doesn't like microwave. As a matter of fact, he threw the microwave, but I took the microwave back and put it in the store. Nigeria, we have store. Over here, we have pantry. Pantry is too, it's not big. Store is long. I hide the microwave. So if you want to cook jollof rice, or fried rice, are you aware of Chinese fried rice? That rice has to be cold. It has to be kept in the fridge. Are you aware? So that the thing will come one, right? So I will do it. He doesn't like anything cold, but guess what? When I started doing the a la carte, I remember my mom. My mom had a big restaurant in Balugu Market, right? Big restaurant. I'm talking about big restaurant. It was a 3-bedroom apartment that they used for the restaurant with staff and everything. So guess what I knew my mom was doing? They will make all the meat down when clients come, because our food is always fresh. It's not a kwabon for mouth. The soup, if you are eating a fang, is fresh. If you are eating a edikaikong, is fresh. If you are eating egusi, it's fresh. Not egusi of yesterday, not egusi of 6 hours ago. It's fresh. This is what they do. They make the stock, keep it. You need to boil, like you separate all the meat and everything. And then guess what? When Oga say you want to eat afang, no problem. You already made the afang. Bring it out, blend or wash and blend or pound. If you're in Nigeria or if you have a home here in America, the people sell mortar. You pound it and then you make that soup fresh. When this man is eating it, there's no, see, they said a way to a man's heart is through his stomach, right? And the other side, we're not talking about that. We're children of the living God. But guess what? If you know how to do these things, you're teaching married women. If your niche is in marriage, you're teaching them how to meal prep, how to have timetable. Because guess what? Some people just cook rice, beans. You don't even have a clue of what you can serve, right? You can actually write your recipe. You can have different things you need to do. Let's not deal with food. Let's not be like, we're hungry today, right? If you are a good listener, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to create "You Are Not Alone" voice notes, or you need to create a carousel. What a carousel is a post you post on social media, on Instagram. Instagram does that well. And then now, every carousel, at least minimum five, you need to write something motivational and put it there. Let people see it. Your Instagram is not, it's not for play. Like you put everything. Some people buy followers. I don't buy followers. I need to engage with you to understand something. But then if you go easy, guess what? If you have, you see people have 50,000 followers, and then guess what? Only about one or two people are paying them. Whereas you see people have 1,700, and in their community they have about 500 people paying them. I told you something. I said, if you're able to earn $100 a day, I said earn. I didn't say after tax, so I mean before tax. Earn. It comes into your account. You make 36,000. Do the math in whatever currency, right? That is someone's annual pay. But then if you can get to a level, that's why we're doing it together, so that in the 6 months or 1 year, we want to come back and look at our results. Organic growth. You don't want to grow and don't make money. Your bank account has to what? It has to be measuring what you see. It's not, oh, my bank account is not. No, it has to tally, right? You need to make sure that your bank account is accounting for itself, right? So you're going to do a carousel. You're going to offer one-on-one, right? If you love to drink coffees, take a picture of yourself drinking coffee, or do somebody else. Most of you don't like putting your face out there. Get a nice photo. Google has everything. YouTube have everything. Sorry. Go to Google, download image and add it, right? If you don't know how to use Canva, we can teach you. We're going to have a Canva session where we teach you how to do stuff on Canva, or we can even give you a blueprint of what we already have, so that you can use it and attain the level that's of engagement that you want to attain, right? So once you're able to do that, trust me, you will do well, right? So if you listen very well, I already told you, when I was in school, my friend is here, right? We went to the same high school, Augustina. I was the president of press club. What that means, I have to know gist. I have to be aware of people's gist, and document it. If you are a good listener, you want to, from the pain point of the majority of the people that you're listening to, you need to create a content out of that. You need to create a content out of that pain point that people are constantly talking about. If you haven't identified how to do that, you are still struggling, right? We don't want you to struggle. We want you to thrive. This is not a space or a platform for struggle. This is a platform for thriving. So the goal here is, we want you to thrive in everything you do. You need to bring out the pain point. Please, if you don't know how to do it, go back and watch day one video. It's on my YouTube channel. If you click Generational Wealth Builder, you will see it there, right? Or we can post the link. You can DM me. I'll send you the link. You want to watch it and take the steps, and then you get the workbook. It will help you, so that by the time, you will not miss out on what I'm saying right now, right? Because everything we do, there's a reason for everything. If you miss one step, you miss it, and we don't want you to miss. Because guess what we're doing out here, we are not gatekeeping. We're trying to push everything and see people liberate themselves. Now you're going to offer one-on-one offer, and then you're going to ask people, right? Ask third party, if I could vent without being judged. Because people, by the time you open your mouth now, some people are like, you don't come again, you want to talk. So if you know that you're a good listener, because I have some of them in my corner. Sometimes when I'm going Google Gaga, every coach has, someone to go to. And most of you are not getting paid for listening. That's why people like Shrinks and all those people, they get paid per hour to listen to you. So right now, I have people in my corner that if I have something, I'll just call them, and I'm talking. I'm like, are you still there? They'll say yes. I'm like, you didn't even breathe. I'm not even hearing you breathe. Like, you're not there. You're listening. If you know you have that capacity, you can be making money from this thing. Right. So you're going to post something. If I could, if you, could vent without being judged, would you in your story? Right? You need to do this. Once you do that, you start connecting with people that want to vent. That's why you see people like all these people that talk about love. If you niche down, maybe love, people are hurting. Someone like Blessing CEO and all these other relationship coaches. They're very good in listening. That's why when Blessing CEO talks, she's bringing wisdom. She's talking wisdom. She's not just there for clout. She's giving wisdom based on her coaching. She has a full-blown, counseling, session where she helps people avoid issues. If you know you are a model, you have the height, you have a pretty face. I used to model. I used to be a picture model back in this. They used to pay me, right, for just my picture. Maybe one thing I would do, I'll go and look for one thing that I did. One of my billboards that I did was a chewing gum stuff. I'll post it. You see how I used to look back then. All now that things I've gone through, we've gone through life, and life is life. I'm talking about when I was younger. I was making money with my face. Sometimes you have a pretty face. Are you aware that people with beautiful hands, you can be a model, hand model? People that sell ring and jewelry can get you to model with your finger. Right? Some people, it could be your height. What is your height doing? You could model right now. These days, if you go on social media, Adira is on the rise. People are doing kaftan and everything. People are doing clothes. They are doing stuff. Why don't you just start modeling your own stuff? Just put your stuff and like you talk about the stuff, put the clothes before you style, do a quick style me video and put it out there. And guess what? People will start reaching out to you. Brands will call you, please, can you model for us? And they'll pay you instead of wasting that height. Me, I'm not tall. I'm just, I'm still, don't worry about it. I'm 5'4", so that 5'4" is not bad, right? If you're looking at me right now on Facebook and on YouTube, this is for you. I said every step of the way. I said before we started, get a notebook. As I'm talking, right, you should be writing. So you want to pose with purpose, right? Pose with purpose on a reel. Pair 3 poses with affirmation. As you're doing what you're doing, you're going to take a good pose. While I was in the studio doing whatever, they used to direct our pose. Right now, if you tell me, Ellen, strike a pose, I don't even know how to strike a pose because I was always directed. So now I'm telling myself before I post anything, that's why you don't see me doing full video. Because if they take a pose of me, I'm like, man, if your children see this thing, my kids know how to pose. All right. My kids know how to pose. So you want to take 3 poses, and on each pose, you want to write affirmations, right? And then use a trending song. Share behind the scenes of your routine or your struggle, right? Let people, they're going to be seeing the heights. People that will see the heights, right? Share what modeling taught you about self-worth, right? I used to have a friend, Paul, you're going to know her, Buki Enyade, right? Back in the days after high school, Buki used to be very, very, she's a model. She moved to South Africa. I don't know what country she is now, but then she's doing something else now. But guess what? Buki was so intentional about her look. She had a lookbook. By the time she knows what she's going to wear for a month, down to the earrings, down to the jewelry, down to every outfit. She already put it on the book. This was back in the days. I used to be like, man, it's not me. It's not me. That's why I can just decide because, somebody say, oh, you have a natural beauty. We just decide to just wear anything, show up. Come on, this is a day we need to stop being that we call people. There's something called the perceived value. People perceive you. If you're trying to do something, you need to represent that brand. Right? She did it, and at the back of my mind, I'm like, So while I'm trying to shoot, if I'm trying to do stuff, I'm looking at everybody because I look at patterns. There's always a pattern. You need to, if you're going to put content, you're going to take 2 days to shoot and then send that stuff to someone that can edit. If you don't know how to edit, send it to someone. If not, just post it like that. After people in the village, they turn on camera and they are shooting, and you are here thinking of perfection. If you're a fashion lover, this is where I'm coming. That's why I mentioned Buki. Right? You want to style one look in 3 ways. Get something, style it in 3 ways. Some people do how to tie hair tie. You'll be doing a Maria Maka hairstyle when somebody can take that same piece and give you an up-to-date look. Right? You could pick something. Some people use a scarf some people have Christian mother arms like me, like this, right? No matter how slim I am, my Christian mother arm will still be standing gidigba. You can get a piece of scarf and then wear it with an outfit and cover your Christian mother arm. So when I'm wearing something that has long sleeve, you will not see it. But if I dare to wear, a tank top or I wear something sleeveless, you will see my Christian mother arm. Right? Some of you are sabotaging yourself because of how you look. Are you aware that there's a woman that I'm following? Pretty woman, she calls herself the joy giver, hashtag joy giver, right? That woman, she's big, but when she dances to a song, every trendy song, she doesn't post, their hashtags is just only one, joy giver. But the time she dances and she's singing along to the lyrics, I'm only thinking in my mind that this woman used to be a lover of music back in the days. But marriage took place, children came through, but now they're grown. Now she's back to her first love. So what is that thing that you love doing? Add it to what you're already doing. If you're in the financial space, add some fun. People don't want boring stuff. People want to see fun and see you enjoy life. What is your timeline looking like? Talk about what your style says about you and how it feels, right, to the confidence. Most people in their 40s, some people don't even know how to style. I was talking to somebody recently, and I told her, guess what? There's a reason why they pay stylists money. If you're going to an event and you want to go and buy clothes, you end up buying 10 clothes. If I'm going to any event, maybe like a award night, sometimes I end up buying like 5 to 6 dresses. And I will show up at the venue in the hotel with my luggage, right? In my room. If you come, you see it's what I feel like wearing that day that I wear. But guess what? A stylist would have helped me avoid that because they're going to look at your body shape. There's something called body shape. They have pear shape, they have hourglass. If you don't have hourglass, don't kill yourself. Don't go and do BBL and kill yourself. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Madam, you go use Gedu. You see what I mean? Most men use Gedu. Some guys, there's a friend of mine that told me, oh, that he's going to Turkey. I'm like, duh, okay. Because I want to go to Turkey so I can start up my store. I used to have a boutique and I stopped. And then he told me, no, I'm going for surgery. I'm like, surgery, okay. For Bele, he won't get 6-pack. He doesn't want to waste time in it. So it's not a woman thing. It's for both people. So what you want to do, you want to make sure that you understand different body types. You can give tips in that area and create what I'd like to wear to church. Some people don't even know. I have a friend of mine, a very pretty girl, and all that. We know she's not a church girl. She doesn't have regular clothes. She wears stuff like her cheeks of this part. I don't want to mention the stuff. The cheeks are always in your face, right? Now she's dressed very seductive and all that. But if she wants to go to church, her church outfits sometimes disappoint me. I'm like, you just went from 100 to 0. She'll say, well, this is church. And then you can style someone like that and tell them, your church outfit doesn't have to be boring, right? You could style church people, what to wear to interview, what to wear to date. Remember when I was going on a date, I was thinking of what to wear. Man, I was just cracking my brain. It took a friend of mine as a guy to say, come, don't stress yourself. You're already pretty. Just do this. You don't want to look too serious so that person doesn't say you are trying too hard. You can pick something out of there, right? And then guess what? Right? The last example I'm going to give you today is those people that easily make friends. I have a lot of people. This thing I'm giving you is based on people in my coaching call. That's why I'm giving you these examples, right? Some people on my coaching call, they can make friends easily. If you're listening to me, you know yourself. Truly, you know yourself. I'm going to highlight you, right? You start a weekly friendship Friday. Check in on your story. Some people just need to know that, hey, we have a community here. We have a tribe. You need to create a tribe of people. If you are someone that people like, there's some people that they look on you, they hate you. It can be your aura. It can be the grace of God upon you. The fact that some people hate you doesn't mean you are not a likable person. It's just because of what you carry sometimes. But sometimes it's because you are not approachable. Right? They see you, your face is strong. Your face, it looks like one old bread, not fresh bread. You need to try to smile. If you're not easily, approachable, you can't make friends. So if you know you're someone that has a likability factor, if you check around you, you have a lot of friends, similar friends, your friends' want to be your friends, you want to create a friendship Friday, like today. Right? So people are easy to log into your platform, whatever platform you want to take them from here into your private space. It can be your WhatsApp group, it can be your Telegram group. What you want to do on that day, you want to start talking to people about things. Some people will share, oh, by the way, what do you think? You can even encourage them. Don't say, you can use third parties so that you make them know this is a stress-free zone, a guilt-free zone. Don't take people, make them feel that way and post something. You could host a 30-minute Zoom. After all, Zoom is free. 30 minutes is free. You don't have to pay for Zoom annual, whatever, where you introduce people to themselves and connect. You could create a Facebook page where you connect with people. There are certain people, they come into a new city, they don't have friends. You could be that go-to person. Hey, by the way, I'm hosting, a tea party this week, for if you're new into come around. You could create something for mothers. Or if you're a mother, we're creating something for mother. If you're a father, you can whatever. Pick something you're very good at, and then teach others how to network, right? Naturally. Because in my space as a coach, sometimes there's something I did last year. I think 2 years ago, I did this thing where we went to a Nigerian Independence Day event. On getting there, I took most of my teammates there. Why I wanted to see why most people are winning and some are not. And then I got them all t-shirts. I paid for the stand and we got the banners, everything. We're looking alike. And get there. And I said, talk to that person. I noticed some people were scared to talk. So as I was watching them, I was observing as a coach. Now we are on the field. I want to see you perform. What I started doing was I'm identifying your skill. So I see some people can easily open up a conversation, some cannot. They are scared. But when they get that buy-in, once they break the ice, because most people are always like this, but if you can succeed to make them go like this, you have broken that ice. Once they get a buy-in and they get that entry point, they flow. So what I did was I was pairing people with people. I see this person is a good self-starter, she's not a closer. I get a closer and add that person to a starter. What am I doing? I'm trying to leverage people. So that's what you're going to be doing. You want to teach people how to network. It could be going out. Sometimes you want to market, right? I market very well on social. I don't even need to step up from where I am, right? If you see something that I posted, if you see my Facebook or my Instagram or my story where I was in the pool yesterday with my son, I was driving, back after finishing the Zoom. I went to the office, leaving the office, and I was coming back. And I told my son, we're going to go to the pool. And then every time I tell him we go to the pool, we never do go to the pool. And then he told me, Mom, that why is it that when you say something, you don't do it? I'm like, duh, like I do everything. He said, you just told me today we're going to go to the pool. We'll take the stuff and we'll bring it back. And then I'm like, okay, we're going to go to the pool today. And then I ended up in the pool. I did a live call. I was talking about relaxing. It just dawned on me that, that sometimes when we ask God for something, we're not patient enough for Him to do it. But then this is a child that is reporting back to me. I said it when we started. I said principles apply. He reported back to me what I had said. And at the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't want him to have a reputation of me, of you say you will do something you're not doing because of work. So what is that excuse you're making not to do what you're doing? And if you are here, you need to ask God for something. Go back to the word. You need to identify the word, that if you pick that word and you throw it back to Him and say, God, you gave me this idea. Show me on how to start it, right? You'll be able to do it. And yesterday was fun. While I was doing the stuff, there was a video that I posted on Facebook. I think I'm going to post on my story in Instagram, right? It's on WhatsApp. I said, thank you for making me come out, because while I was in the pool, all the stress relieved. I just told myself, everybody else I was going to attend to, because I train even to the night time, because I'm working across different time zones. I told him, thank you for making me come. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to leave the water. By the time I came out of the water, my body, when you stay in water for a long time, you're trying to come out, you feel like weight. But once you can succeed in coming out of that water, you feel like a baby, because water, there's something. You see, the message today, it said, what is that water? You need to water that thing. You need to water that thing. Sometimes you need to pause. If you are trying to figure out what you want to do and you're not getting headway, you need to pause. Pause. If you're doing too many things, check your environment. If there's litter, there's chaos, there's everything, your mind is working 24 hours. You cannot operate. God does not like, He's not the author of confusion, right? So you want to make sure that today, the activity today, the workbook today, right? You want to choose one way to show up based on your gift. If you have several gifts, use one of them today, right? Ways you could show up. You could show up on Reel, show up on your Insta story, do a Canvas post. If you don't know how to do Canvas post, go and borrow stuff, download, type something on Google based on what you want to post. You will see a quote that somebody had written, copy and paste, right? And then do a quick live video. Sometimes one thing I love about content creators, they are not ashamed, but most of us want to look packaged. The other day I showed up purposely without wearing my lashes. I just had to show up, right? Some people show up on Zoom or on live calls with a bonnet on their head and they are talking. Some people show up in the kitchen while they are prepping and they're talking. You could show up on a live call while you're on the treadmill and you're talking. I was watching Pastor Mildred yesterday, no makeup on her face. She was talking. She was trying to introduce a new guy that did a song, right? And trying to, launch something she was doing. And she was on that call. She was talking. Her tribe joined, right? And I was listening. I was looking out for a pattern, because if I'm coming to give you content, I want to look at what other people that are doing, that are winning, so that you can go ahead and do the same thing. So show up. Don't worry about how you look. Just show up, be intentional and show up, and do a discovery call, right? If you don't know how to do a discovery call link, once you start doing stuff, you want to make sure that you have a Linktree page done. If you need that service, we can do that for you, right? Guess what? You're going to click the link in my bio and book mine, and I'll teach you how to do that so you can have something that you're doing. But guess what, right? Don't focus on perfection, focus on obedience. Obedience is what makes the work happen, right? If you fail to take that step today, you're going to lose out, right? So the affirmation today I want you to have is I have what it takes. I am called to be seen, right? I am chosen to show up with boldness and consistency. What makes people that are winning win is the fact that they're consistent. Most of you, because of how busy life is, you post today, next 2 weeks or next month you post. The reason why people are winning is because of what they are doing. I went back to my one of my YouTube page and I checked when I have a page where I braid hair back then. So while I'm braiding, I am videoing the stuff. And then guess what? I was able to get someone paying me $900 for hair. Why? Because I was braiding someone's hair that doesn't have hair, right? It's those people that have hair loss. So I was braiding that stuff and I was putting out there somebody, and I put a hashtag, somebody somewhere 3 months after saw that video, she contacted me. And then that's how she became my client because she now realized, oh, I'm in Houston. She contacted me. Other people charge 1,500 for the stuff. I charge 900. That's the day my head went boom. For how many hours work? And I got paid. It was cash. Sometimes you have a skill that you're not using, right? So we're going to start teaching people because I don't have time. By the time I'm teaching people, we're going to start teaching people how to braid, right? I have a video of step by step of what to buy. With as little as $100, you can start it and you make money. Most of the people have trained in this Houston. They are making money. They are making money. They're making on the average 4 to 5, 6,000 from their home. They don't even have to have a store. You just need to learn the basic. There are certain things you need to know, right? Once I teach you those things, even if you sit on YouTube and you're watching YouTube video, they will not teach you. You're just looking. But if I teach you what to do, how to part, something as little as to cut hair, how to put the line, how to finish the hair, how to make it last, how to upsell the client to make sure that the hair does not. My job out of everybody I was doing their hair, if you look at my hair page, organic. I'm telling you, organic. When I say everybody in there were part of they passed through my seat and they were paying clients, is because I know what I'm doing. I'm not buying a big whatever following and you'll be deceiving yourself. No, I'm talking about if I show you statistic on my booking page, you will see people book and you will see what to avoid, what not to avoid. We're going to bring that out because we want to teach people skills. We're going to teach you how to bake cake. We're going to teach you how to do icing. We're going to teach you how to do pastries. We're going to teach you how to sew. All those things I'm telling you, the things I do. We're going to teach you how to use your voice. I told you I used to use my voice to sing in this Obodo Ibo, and they were paying me and I was paying my bills. Basic thing, you don't have to do everything, right? So I want you to say today, because I don't want to go too far. Before I go, let me just give you a rundown on what is on the book, right? If you are going to get that stuff, like I said, you're going to pick a platform to post today, not tomorrow, today. You're going to write a short story starter that you're going to reintroduce yourself. You're going to say, hi, everybody. My name is Helen Rajobi. I help people fill in the blank what you help people do by using my skill in bam, 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 all the skills that you have. I started because boom. And then if this sounds like you, let's connect. Simple. Don't speak too much grammar. It's called an elevator speech, right? Don't go too deep. Then you're going to write your vision here. It's a workbook. I'm telling you what's in the workbook. You're going to write your vision, the vision and the version that you want to put out there, right? All the versions you want to put out there, write it. And then you're going to plan your post. Most people that post, they plan it, right? Sometimes if I want to do stuff like in May, I posted almost every day in May. It was intentional. Every day it was called Money May. And I was teaching you skills, money skills, things that you need to know. So your feed, your story, your status, the voice note, the video, the TikTok, the YouTube, the shorts, your group or your broadcast message, you're going to structure everything and you're going to plan it. And then number 4, you're going to engage. You have to engage with 3 people, right? Who are the 3 people you can invite to view or comment on your post? You're going to do that. And then guess what? We gave you a content planning table, right? So you're going to figure out the reason why some people are winning and they're not. See, I'm not gatekeeping you. I'm giving everything on the platter. But guess what? Most of you will take action. Most will not. But then if you know you cannot do it, you need help, you need to leverage, we can help you set that out. You're going to do what to share on one column, the platform, post date, and then your hashtag or your call to action, right? And then under the story, you're going to do your intro of the story and then the tips, the behind the scenes and offer, you give an offer and a call to connect. And then if you can do that, that is it, right? So the scripture here says, let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story. Those he redeemed from the hands of the foe. You need to tell your story. Once I was blind, now I can see. I was sleeping on this gift, now see what it's doing. And if you go consistently, even if you're busy, at least do 1 a day, right? One a day on across platforms. It can be the same thing, but guess what? You need to teach you what to post. The way you see me appearing now on Instagram is different from the way I'm appearing now on Facebook and TikTok. I'm talking on Clubhouse. You don't know Clubhouse is a platform. That's a platform you need to identify, right? Depending on what you do. If you have anything you do, you need to make sure you're reaching out to people. Stop trying to sell to your friends. They will not buy based on experience. I don't even, if I talk to you as a friend, I'm trying to help you. If I talk to you once, you're not listening, I leave you and I go out. Because I just told you in America alone is over 400 and something million. In Nigeria, it's over 200 and something million. What are we doing in the world? We have a lot of Nigerians in the diaspora. Pick your niche. You're not called to everybody. If you can stay in your lane and show up consistently over time, it takes about 90 days to 180 days to see results. But while you are in your planting season, keep showing up, right? Your story is not random. You've been redeemed and equipped. Don't hide your fight. Mm-mm. Don't hide your fight, right? And don't hide your light. Share it. Don't try to gatekeep. What gatekeeping is, I'm not going to tell people because I don't want to steal. Tell people, let them, the more you sit here and you listen to me, I'm getting paid. So I will still teach you. You see what I mean? But if you come in my call, I can help you achieve the thing faster, right? I can help you set it up. You don't have to be figuring out. You just need to go boom, boom, boom. And then I'll be telling you, okay, this is what you did. And then by the time you're getting engagement, you can start writing a book and put it out there. You can do stuff and put it out there. Share it so that others can find hope and healing through what is in your hands, right? So today, I want you to post, a story today. Tag us and share a screenshot in the group. If you're in the Telegram group, if you don't have that, you can click the link and join our Telegram group, right? And then we have a private group for other people. We're trying to build that Telegram group because that's where I'll be posting stuff. And then you're going to affirm to yourself today and say, my seed, right, is my story, right? My story is my seed. My voice has value. I was called for this, right? That's all you're going to tell yourself today and going further, right? Guess what? And if you do this, God in his infinite mercy is going to help you. Let's say a prayer before we close out. If you want to click the link, right? Like I said, I have something that I've done. If you're a coach, right? I did something. Why you need to move. That book is going to be released today. It's going to be on my link tree. You can get that book. If you have a group of people you're trying to help, trust me, right? There's money in coaching. There's money in helping people. If you put the selfie camera on you, you're not going to make money. You depend on you. But if you want to be wealthy, how many people have you impacted, right? It's a mass thing. How many people have you impacted? Right now, you can start at a low price, but you need to put a price on what you're doing. If you give free stuff, like what I'm doing now is free, but you come into my community, you got to pay because I'm going to pour out what I'm not giving now. I will give you templates and help you. Guess what? Even in Nigeria, how are you, setting up your structure? If you're in America, you don't have a business registered, you're wasting your time. This period, there's a lot of tax breaks that you need to take action. There's grants, there's different things, but we need to structure you. Business structuring, I have a company that does that. Right, we'll structure your business. We'll help you find a grant. If you have bad credit, we'll help you fix it to get your business credit. And then guess what? We'll position you for the greater beyond and we'll teach you how to avoid. But when you start making money now, the other guy will come and say, pay us our cut. But we'll teach you how not to, give out all you can. So in Nigeria, we'll help you set up a business, page. You do your business, do your bank accounts, separate your funds. There's something called me funds and my business funds because you need to reinvest. All those things will teach you. And guess what? We'll help you set up right. And then we'll teach you how to make sure that a lot of people are seeing what you're doing, right? So you want to click that link and join. There's not a better time than today to get that done. You want to click that book. If you know that you want to be a coach and get people, you will get that book. You first get that 10 biblical principles or 10 kingdom principles. That book is going to help you because every day or everyone there's a workshop, or there's something you need to do. Once you get those things done, you begin to see that you are seeing the things that you're not seeing because guess what? We are your blind spots. We're helping you identify that stuff. And then this book about permission to launch. Some people that you've been waiting for to take action so you move. If they are still waiting, they're not moving, you are stranded. So as a pilot in your own life journey, have this at the back of your mind. They are going to be crewmates and they are going to be passengers aboard. But if you, as a pilot, do not have the insight of God to move when you're supposed to take flights, if you are still at the tarmac, you're not moving. You are going to delay people on the other side. There's something called connecting flights. Some people on aboard that flight, they are supposed to get off and take another flight to their destination. But if you fail to take action today, and you're telling yourself because you have procrastination, you tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't. That's why this challenge was 5 days. So we break steps daily. So every day you do something, you post it. It's little itty bitty steps that take you to your destiny, your expected end. Guess what you're doing? You are holding yourself down and you are holding other people that should move, right? Most people don't know you are called. You don't have to have an altar to do what you're doing, right? That's why you see pastors that are making money because they are fulfilling purpose, right? But most of you are on some people's call. You're shouting amen, amen. But God has given you the answer you don't want to see. You want the answer in money form or bank alert. He has given you the answer. The only thing you need to do, you need to leverage people that will help you fine tune it and get it out there ASAP. There's something called divine timing. If you miss the timing, it will take you a long time. So guess what? You want to click the book and get it and then join the other challenge that we're doing, because we're going to do a recap and we're going to make sure that we dive deep to help you, right? People are winning. We want you to win, right? We're going to be doing a live training for those of you that are in Texas. If you want to learn content creation, we are going to do a live training coaching call that you will come for 4 days, right? You block out time, because guess what? If you don't intentionally invest in yourself, you can't move. You will show up in the morning. We will give you breakfast and lunch. You will show up at our office in Sugarland. We have a training room that can train with your computer and your device. We will train you life skills on how to push content out and monetize yourself. If you do this step by step for 4 days, it's a 5 days challenge. The 4 days is going to be workshop. The fifth day is when you're going to launch. But every day is a progress. You're going to learn things that you don't know. That is it. Then if you want to join the online call, you're going to join online. And as we're talking, you are doing, because it's going to be practical. I'm going to be projecting on the board. I will share my screen as I'm doing on phone. I'm doing on the computer. I'm sharing my screen. I will show you what I'm doing. Why am I streaming on all this platform at the same time? Is simply because there's something I know. I didn't have my computer, background when we're in school. I tell you something. The very first time I was opportune to see a computer was when I was like 5, 6. My dad used to work with the British Embassy. So when the embassy, what they do is when they give up their stuff, right? Every year the embassy changes stuff. When they give up their stuff, tell you what, as they're releasing the stuff every year, because it's duty free to bring things into Nigeria. When they're giving out the stuff, they're bringing new ones. My dad was a contractor. We're in charge of their horticulture and their waste disposal, right, in the whole of Lagos. And I'm talking Lagos, I'm talking about VI and Ikoyi, right? Now, they cleared out their old storage. We had computers. I was figuring out, what are we using this computer to do? I was playing with computer like toy. That's my first interaction with the computer. I went to science class. Paul Augustina here is my schoolmate, right, in Holy Child College in Ikoyi. That's where I schooled. But guess what? I am now, in the tech space because I have master's in information technology and my concentration is in project management. That is why I'm helping you. You are like a project to me. I'm helping you see how you can achieve your life calling, because that's where God has called me to help you get to that point. So what you want to do, you want to be intentional about what you're doing. We're going to do hands-on. I already told you the areas we're going to do. We're going to teach people how to braid, how to set up a braiding business, how to do stuff. If you can pick, you don't need to do everything. You can just pick a child. Cornrow. People make money from cornrow, or maybe you want to do dreadlock, whatever. We'll teach you. I'm not going to be using whatever. It's going to be a live call with a dummy. That's going to become another day. But this content creation is something we want to do. Live call. If you know anybody that is gifted, they don't know what to do, get them in the room. They will book. It's going to be out sometime at the end of this week. You want to join. There's going to be discount code for those that partake first. If you want to come later, that's fine. Guess what? We're not gatekeeping. We're going to do hands-on. By the end of that 4th day, the 5th day, you're going to be out there where we identify your avatar, we identify who you're called to, we identify your voice. You will start working in that position. If you know your message, by the time we finish, if you're in tech space and you want to put content, you will do it. If you are in financial services, you will do it. If you are in any field, you're a food a vlogger or whatever, if you cater, guess what? You want to put content. You're like that person in the mall that gives people tester. Once people test money, book will teach you how to convert what you have into money. At the end of the day, right, we're looking at who are those that are going to make their first 1 million in the next 3 years. We're taking the journey now to sow the seed. In 3 years the result will show. You don't want to be part of statistic that didn't take action, right? So this is where I draw the line for today. I'm going to say a quick prayer like I always do. Lord, we thank you for what you planted in our hands. Give us the boldness to water the gifts you have planted and the wisdom to steward them online. We trust you to bring the increase in Jesus' name. And as we go ahead to do what we got to do, that your grace is abound unto us and you will give us the finisher anointing to finish what we started, and so that we can make impact in our lives and our generations to come. Remain blessed. I'll post the replay on all platforms. And then, like I said, I'm encouraging you to go back and watch day 1, day 2, day 3. And once you're watching, don't just watch for watching's sake. Watch with a note. Pause and write. There's certain questions I'm asking. Pause and write and reflect on it and do a deep dive to know why you're here. Right. And guess what? At the end of the day, God will give you the increase and you have that purpose to do what you got to do. Remain blessed. I see you at the top, and I see you tomorrow for the final. Tomorrow is the final day of the last, day of the 5-day challenge of what do I have in my hands. We'll see you. Remain blessed. Bye bye. Thank you so much, every one of my friends on here.